Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the January 2024 reading for the zodiac sign of Aries. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as many of the tarot cards. I do recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm going to shorten my readings down to 4 columns. So we are going to take a general look at what's coming for January, do a money column, a love column, and the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We're still going to do our 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you as well. But let's go ahead and get into it, Aries, and see what we've got coming for the new year, new month, new year. So first up, we have the summary affirmation card of friction. So I'm going to be really transparent. This goes one of 2 ways here, Aries. So with friction, sometimes this can be like a conflict type friction, or sometimes this is like things heating up. This is things getting moving, and with that, there's friction. So it's typically conflict or some sort of movement or progress. But let's see what direction this takes us in here, Aries. We have a little helper here today, of course. So let's see what messages I have coming through for you. Honestly, looking very, very good here. So first up, we have the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is a card. This is a card of abundance. This is a card of financial gains. This is luxury, self-sufficiency. So lots of really good things slated for January here so far. Again, gains is the thing that continues to stick out for me. You're making progress. We're gaining. We're making ground on what it is that we want here. The next card that we have is the Magician. The Magician is a card of inspired actions. It's turning visions into reality. The cool thing with the Magician is literally anything is possible. You have it all. You have the infinity, the abundance. We have a wand, a sword, a cup of pentacles. So Aries, we have exactly what we need. This is about taking action on the things that you want. So I feel like you're taking action and then you're immediately getting those gains. So not so much conflict, I would think, for most of you, as this is movement, progress. And at the bottom, we have the Knight of Swords. If you check out this card, the horse and rider are moving very quickly here, Aries, which is a good sign for you. Again, as you make progress, it's going to happen really quickly. So I like to see this. Lots of changes, lots of gains in just a short period of time here going into the new year. So capitalize on this very productive, it seems, first month of the year. Looking at our clarifiers, first up we have the King of Swords. This is very strategic, very intentional. We have a plan. We know who we want to be. We know where we need to go. And then that plays into that Magician card of then taking that inspired action, doing the things we need to do to get it done. There could be some professional support here too as well. The King of Swords can be like seeing a professional. Sometimes, like I tell people, like if your car's broken down, take it to a mechanic. If you're trying to do an investment, work with an investment advisor. That sort of professional support. Looking at our next clarifier, we have the 2 of Pentacles. The 2 of Pentacles is a card of kind of juggling, multitasking, prioritizing, weighing options. So I do think we need to be clear on what priority is and take action. Again, this is an opportunity to get a ton done in a really short period of time, Aries. So adjust accordingly, think accordingly, and act accordingly there. Again, inspired action. So working on those things that are most important. The next card we have is the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords is a card. So a couple messages here. I feel like there could be some worry. I don't know that you're worried about things because they're going fast, but I think we're just worried because we have a lot going on. So again, maybe that's where that professional support could give you some peace of mind, Aries. This is also coming through as like getting rest too, because again, things are moving so fast that make sure you're staying well rested too. We are doing lots and lots in a short period of time. All right, let's take a look at our next column now, which has anything to do with money here. Just scooting our little helper over. So to kick us off, we're going to do a quick money message. It's okay to miss money, but imagine how it would feel if money missed you. Do things to attract and seduce money. Like attracts like. Make money want to be around you. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, anything money for January. First up, we have the Lovers card. The Lovers card is a card of deep love, strength together, partnership. I know you're probably thinking, okay, we're talking money. Why is this coming up? So a couple things here. I feel like there's a relationship that could be extremely important, specifically maybe somebody we're getting reconnected with here. But keep relationships top of mind in terms of career and money situations. Again, I think there's a relationship that could be important, Aries, as we navigate through the year. The other meaning of the Lovers card, or anytime we have two of something on a card, it can be a card of having to make a decision. So in some cases here, Aries, some of you could be having a career or financial decision that needs to be made. I feel like mostly it's more about the partnership. It's the relationship that we need to stay focused on. Looking at our next card, we have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card of getting something across the finish line. I feel like we're getting things completed this month, which is wonderful to see. But this is also like friends, family reunion. So I mentioned that relationship could be somebody we were previously connected to that we're getting reconnected with. Also, for those of you that are wrapping up a project, closing this out, going across the finish line for something, I feel like some of you could then have a decision as to what the next move is there, Aries. And at the bottom, we have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a card of desire for long-term security. These are the things that we want that we don't quite have yet. So I'm going to see what other messages we have or what our clarifier is. But again, there's something financially or career-wise that we don't have. If that's the case, and especially if we're in the position to be making decisions, we need to make decisions that support this desire, support this thing that we want. Also, in terms of relationships, we need to be connecting with people that can move us towards this desire. It's not really using somebody, it's somebody that's supporting you. It's somebody that wants you to succeed. It's not like we're jumping heads to get what we want here. But again, we need relationships that support those things that you want, Aries. Let's take a look at our clarifiers. First up, we have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords can be a not very good relationship. Again, perhaps there's a relationship that we're getting reconnected with, that we're making amends with, or maybe in general we just need to repair this relationship. But this is like conflict, dishonesty, bully, theft, violence, some sort of issue at some point with this relationship, so we need some repair potentially. For others of you though, you see this person is gathering their swords and they're walking away. I feel like for some of you, again, we're just ready to move on to something new. Again, we're in that kind of completion stage. So think about mending relationships if needed. But again, I just feel like you're really ready to move on to something new here, Aries. The next card we have is the Hangman. The Hangman is a card, it can feel a little bit stagnant, so perhaps we've really been waiting some time for this project to come to a close. Like it's the thing that drug on forever, it feels like. This is also a card, though, of gaining a lot of wisdom. There's a lot of learning that happened here. So even though it could feel like it was slow, it can feel like it drug on forever. Again, there is a lot of knowledge gained here. We're coming out on the other side better, and it does look like, again, this is going to move across the finish line. It is going to be complete going forward. At the bottom here, we have the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is a card of worry. I don't know that we're worried about these goals, but again, there's something that we want that we don't have here, Aries. This is also a card of isolation, and I do think that this relationship is going to be important to moving you closer to this thing that you want. So just keep that in mind. It's almost like, I wouldn't say that you can't do it on your own, but the support of somebody else is going to make whatever this desire is much more feasible. Again, it would not say you can't do it on your own, but much easier with the support of whoever this relationship is that we're referring to. Okay, now let's move on to our next column, which is anything related to love. Let me just move our little helper here quickly. So in the love column, let's start with a quick love message. It says balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love here, Aries. So first up we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is a card of speed, action, quick change. So I do feel like there's going to be some change, which again, we have side-by-side hangmans here. So it seems like things are stagnant potentially. So this is good. This is also finding out news, finding out information. So I feel like we've been waiting for information. We've been waiting for some sort of change, some sort of shift, and it's finally here, which is great to see. And it's going to come quite quickly, I think, in the beginning of this month here. The next card we have is the Hangman. Again, this is the stagnant. This is the waiting for something. Similar to the Hangman we talked about before, I feel like we got wise, we gained perspective, we had some learning that happened. But again, there was something we're waiting for in the shift. The change is finally here. We're getting news of it. We're finding something out. The change is happening. That's going to be echoed with our Six of Swords as well. The Six of Swords is a card of going through some sort of change, and typically a necessary change. One thing I love about the Six of Swords, I might have called this the Six of Wands, sorry. The Six of Swords is the boat heads in a forward positive direction. So this is advancing. We're moving forward. We're advancing. We're progressing. I love that forward positive energy for you, Aries. So again, something we've been waiting for. It has finally happened. The change is happening. For whatever reason, the way it did happen, it seems like the timing of it actually ended up being better too, for what it's worth. Looking at our clarifiers, first up we have the Moon card. The Moon card is a card of going within for clarity. This is kind of using your best judgment. I feel like there was some unknown information. I don't know that I would call it hidden information, but it's like there was some unknown information, which is great because we now have the the Eight of Wands, which is saying we're finding out information that we may have needed. This is also about going through voluntary changes though. So change is kind of the love message we have here this month. The next card we have is the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is kind of being in a position of compromise. We weren't necessarily happy that we were stagnant. We weren't happy that we were waiting. Again, there was something we wanted that hadn't come to fruition yet. So you kind of feel like you were kind of compromising here with the Two of Swords. The next card we have is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is needing to rest, retreat, renew, recover. This is like a renewal of energy. Again, we were waiting. We were upset we were waiting. We were just kind of hanging out there for it. So this will be very renewing, very exciting. If love kind of felt like it was fizzling out, not saying it was, but if any of you had that feeling, this is kind of like a reigniting of that love as well. All right, now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. Quick summary affirmation card here. We have alliance. So again, going back, using those connections, building those alliances, building those relationships, leveraging those alliances. I feel like we need an alliance. That's my message for now. We'll see what the cards say. But I feel like, again, we need to keep supporting and building up and hyping up these relationships here. First up, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. With the case of Ace of Pentacles, this is typically new money, new job, career, finances, some sort of money news, job, promotion. So I like this. But again, I feel like that the alliance is important, and we actually kind of touched on this. The relationship is important as it connects to money. The next card we have is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is a communication card. It's an honesty card. Make sure we're communicating where we want to go, who we want to be. Like if somebody asks for your opinion here, Aries, it's really important that we actually provide that opinion. And don't worry, because again, this person is in your corner. We have this support. And at the bottom, we have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is a card of keeping and maintaining boundaries. Again, we need to make sure we're on the course for what we want. So there's new opportunities here, but we need to make sure we communicate exactly what it is that we want. We need to have boundaries of what it is that we want. Otherwise, we can get a little off the rails of what we want. But again, I feel like this person's in your corner, so we can definitely communicate exactly what it is we're looking for. Looking at our clarifiers, first up we have the Ace of Wands. This is new inspiration, new urge to create some sort of new project, some sort of new opportunity. It definitely makes sense, and it's coming with new money. Again, alliance is important here. The next card we have is the Six of Swords. We talked about this earlier. We're at this point, we're at this change. We're going after this new opportunity. We're going after this new money. Potentially we have a newly formed alliance here, but it's a really positive change. Again, just communicated exactly what it is we want. And what a nice way to end this, especially because I think we're seeking more money here, Aries. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Pentacles in both corners, so I love that for the month of January. This is gains, financial gain, luxury. So again, those kind of gains. It's nice because you can have boundaries and still, like, I feel like you're in the position where you can get exactly where you want. But again, you have to communicate so the cards can be played out that way for you. All right, at this time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video here and think of them really quick. But question number 1, we have the 3 of clubs, the number 5 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2, we have the 2 of spades, number 34 card. That's a yes. And question number 3, we have the King of Hearts, number 24 card. Also a yes. So 3 yeses across the board there for you, Aries. We're also going to pull a card from our Healing Stones deck. This is a crystal to keep with you through the month of January. You have Periodot, which is good for tolerance, allows for mistakes, helps really know your self-worth, keeps you open-minded, and keeps you authentic. Last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. We can all always use a little bit more healing. Your note says, when we share joy and happiness, we give 2 of the most powerful healing medicines in the world. Thank you so much, Aries, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you, Aries, and welcome to the new year.